down awkwardly right here. I mean, look at this bounce. I mean, we saw a crazy bounce the other night that went against the St. Louis Blues off the cross.
That clip of Tim Peel taking it off the nuts and the puck deflecting in the back of the Panthers net is truly all-time. Unfortunately, now that Tim Peel is involved in the biggest news story of this NHL season, that clip won't be the first thing fans think of when you mention his name. I know I'm late to the party on this one, but in the time frame this incident happened from Tuesday, March 23rd to now, I've been able to get perspectives from analysts, past players, and current players about the situation to give a more informed opinion. So, if you're not aware of the situation, veteran referee Tim Peel, who's been reffing games since 1999, got caught on a hot mic saying that he was looking for a penalty on Nashville in their game against the Red Wings on a live broadcast. I'll play the clip so you guys can give your opinion on it.
Referee Tim Peel was caught with his mic on as the broadcast was heading to break.
It wasn't much, but I wanted to get a penalty against Nashville early in the... 5%.
So this was the result of a questionable call when Peel called Victor Arvidsson for taking down John Merrill.
He essentially said the quiet part out loud because players, fans, and referees themselves know that this is the way the NHL wants games officiated, and most fans hate that fact. After the incident, Vice President of Hockey Operations Colin Campbell stated, "Nothing is more important than ensuring the integrity of our game," which is something me and other fans find hard to believe with the way games are called, and that they, in this moment, were trying to protect their own asses most likely. Tim Peel wasn't considered a great ref by most, but he was the scapegoat in a bigger issue. The league had no issues letting him go, as he was retiring at the end of the season anyways, but if he wasn't, they probably would have given him a light slap on the wrist and made him ref in the AHL or junior or something. I don't blame Peel for getting caught because it's a known thing refs like to call makeup penalties. Unfortunately for Tim though, he was just the ref that got exposed for saying it. I know refereeing is one of the toughest and most criticized jobs on the planet, but when you hear referees say that there wasn't too much to a call, but it was enough to even things up, it definitely looks suspect. That's because the NHL vet all their referees and the league are their bosses. Maybe the NHL wants games ref this way. Maybe refs are controlling games more than they're supposed to. But the league, if they believe reffing should be this way, where you try to even out penalties as much as possible when it's not exactly deserved, they really need to change that stance. This is a league that's seen a lot of growth over the past 5 to 10 years, and this is something that can really stunt that growth and retract new fans from watching the game. The opinions I've heard about this from the hockey world is a mixed bag. Daryl Sutter, now coach of the Calgary Flames, didn't want to directly comment on makeup calls but defended Tim Peel, saying the incident was isolated, it doesn't happen, and that Peel and the other refs in the league do a great job officiating. Brian Whitney on Spin Chicklets said that it's a part of the game, and in between intermission, if most of the calls were going his team's way, guys in the locker room would be saying, "We gotta keep skating. They'll be looking to call one on us." Matt Duchesne on a local radio station in Nashville commented on the incident, saying the Predators are in a tight playoff race right now, and who knows if that makeup call could have costed them their season. Obviously, it didn't, as the score was 2-0 in the Preds' favor, but you really never know how makeup calls can affect the team's seeding at the end of the year. I agree most with the opinion of the fellows who post the podcast Puck Soup with Greg Wyszynski, Sean McIndoe, and Ryan Lambert the most, comparing the NFL to the NHL, saying that if one team in football has 100 yards in penalties and the other team has 0, it's not seen as a ref's fault, it's seen as the team's fault for not being disciplined. And even if reffing isn't perfect in the NFL, that shows that they're not looking to even out penalties like the NHL does. If one team is completely dictating the pace of play in the game of hockey and are dominating in puck possession and time on attack, maybe the penalties should be 8-0 instead of 5-3 or something of that nature. Because when weak penalties start getting called or obvious penalties start getting ignored because refs are attempting to even the score, that's when issues arise and player safety is at risk. A player like McDavid should be able to draw 3 to 5 penalties a night with his speed and elusiveness alone, but that doesn't happen with the way games are officiated. That's why he landed that flying elbow on Kotkaniemi, because he was frustrated he wasn't getting calls. He was also awarded a $5,000 fine, which is about 0.1% of his salary, and Tom Wilson would have gotten a season suspension for a hit like that. But league suspensions are something I may cover in a future video and isn't a topic for right now. But the point I'm trying to make is that a situation like that could have been avoided if games were reffed with the intent to make the right calls, not even up the score. Reward teams for playing hard and having good puck possession, and punish teams that aren't skating well on a particular day and are slashing, tripping, and hooking because of it. Also, let refs review all penalties, even regular minor penalties, because reffing is a human device with human error involved. The technology available with enhanced camera angles and replay review is something the refs should really have at their disposal when they see fit. And they don't need to take 5 minutes like NBA refs do when reviewing a foul. Give them a 30-second limit to take a quick look on questionable calls. Obviously, refereeing isn't a perfect science, nor will it ever be, but I believe the first step the NHL can take to make officiating more even is to take the make-up call mentality out of the game and call games for what they are, because fans aren't going to be happy about reffing either way. So you might as well try to ref games as accurately as humanly possible. Most fans taking a step back and looking at it from a logical perspective should respect that, and refs won't need to be put in tough situations like Mr. Peel again. But that's just my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on the current state of officiating in the National Hockey League? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It would be much appreciated. And if you want to support me, click subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.